Hey guys, I'm Zama.
And I'm Lanzi, and welcome to
Because We Said So.
episode 11. We did episode 10. Can't believe we've done 10 episodes, and this is our 11.
So proud of us and our consistency because y'all doubted us.
People are even falling behind. Like, people are like, guys, we need to catch up. I'm like, stay on your Zoom, Wednesday, 12 o'clock.
And we said,
Hey,
Wednesday. This Wednesday.
It's this Wednesday for the foreseeable future.
And walala wasala, babe.
And like, nyasala, so catch up because we're moving on.
We're moving. Sana, how has your week been, darling?
I'm so tired.
Really?
Guys, I think I've had like the longest week I've had this whole year.
That's so fair.
It's almost like the universe was like, you've been resting for so long. Time because I couldn't work.
Get on your back.
Time to get on your Zoom. I've been sleeping at like 2 a.m. every day, editing, waking up, beating my face, shooting, going to a store to shoot, blah, 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 come back. Today, woke up, do nails, shoots. Then it's going to go home, edit. Tomorrow, do it. I actually can't breathe. I was even saying to my mom, I'm only going to rest on Tuesday next week.
Literally. I've also told myself that though. We just need to push
I
that
need
tea.
to find like the 22-year-old Lanzi deep inside me.
To me,
because she's needed.
I don't want to lie to you like you're not going to find her. That's the problem. Like, that's the actual...
No, you need to bring activated charcoal and stuff.
I already bought it, please. What do you mean?
So she's going to be there.
For context, we've taken a very last minute trip to Durban.
Yeah.
We're very like, yeah, should we go? Should we not go there? And now we're just like, you know what? Let's go and crisscross.
I'll see fish as a Durban. Get funky.
Literally, we just decided that let's crisscross. So we've been fighting for our lives to do all our work so that we
can
be free.
Be free. But like, at what cost? So if I look tired, it's because I'm actually really tired.
The cost is high, but we will do it. And we have to.
Also, do like, everything passes. But otherwise, grass, man, pitch.
That's good, man.
You to me?
Same to me. I've literally just been working and resting. To be fair, I haven't had a super busy week. Like, my week has just been... Okay, it's been polite.
So I expect you to be up and stuck this week.
Don't expect that from me. My umzimba, the bones.
Show me, where's our age?
Jambo.
Where's our age? Except
my angel. These bones of mine are kind of brittle and stuff. So I don't know if I can manage, but I will do my best. Because at the end of the day, girls trip. We need to push P.
We do all of
us. Club, another club.
And no one is young.
Exactly.
No one is
None of the people even going with it. None of us are young.
No one's young. So we have to rely on each other to wake up and keep it pushing.
And we will though. I trust that.
Activated charcoal.
It's gonna work. You better work, bitch. That's literally me to the activated charcoal.
You better work, bitch. I'm so dead. Let's move on to pop culture. First and foremost, because you guys have tagged us maybe more than 1,000 times on this. Minintuli, Real Housewives of Durban versus Londi London, my queen. What did your take, Chomi? Because I'm sick because she's sick.
My take, honestly, initially when I heard that, I'm saying Nikki. Nini wasn't coming.
Because Nikki's also sick.
She's also sick. I'm thinking about sick people. When I heard that she wasn't coming to the reunion, I was shocked because she had so much to say in the season. Also, it seemed like she was enjoying the public fame that she was getting. So I was shocked. But now that I've watched the second part of the reunion, 1+1 is indeed 2. Because, of course, you didn't come and face that manyala
that you did, yes.
On TV, guys, I actually couldn't believe my eyes because how do you do that?
How do you do that? And then just keep it pushing.
Just keep it pushing. Also, think you're just not going to come to the reunion and account for what you've done.
That
to me. That is so insane. I'm sure she thought she got away with it because it wasn't aired. But
she didn't know that production.
You didn't know that.
Doesn't it? In the reunion. But also, maybe she thought maybe they were going to talk about it, but not necessarily play the clip for the public to see. And the fact that the other housewives were as shocked, just know you're going down, sweetie pie. Secondly, Londi London is a better woman than me because the minute my head went like this, no, actually, I don't want to lie to you.
Guys, Leslie isn't joking.
Me. I'm telling you guys right now, I might be a little tenderoni, but when it's time to square up, I'm telling you,
when it's time, it's time.
Actually, though, guys, she remains so mature, poised, and like her saying she didn't have to meet her there because but my brain wouldn't have even thought about that.
She's a class act.
She is.
So
I would have been red.
I get that, and the fact that she could regulate her emotions. Shout out to you, Londi, because damn. That would have taken everything out of
From
it.
the moment she threw the pillow like this, I would have said, okay, clearly you're turning it up a notch. Then you're standing in front of me. You're turning it up a notch. Then you do this twice. I'm actually so sorry. I'm actually beating you up.
Exactly. And
I'm not team violence, but like,
that's next level provocation. Like, you're provoking me
to the highest level.
Much. For what? She was trying to get a reaction out of Blondie, and I'm so glad she didn't give her a moment. Like, she was really dying for a moment.
She was, and she didn't get it. And Blondie, I just want to say, shout out Queen. You ate that, and I want to take a page from your book.
Teach us.
Me, then she decided to post a statement, I think it was yesterday, saying that Minnie must post a video apology by 5 p.m. yesterday. Never saw that video.
That video didn't come.
So Minnie's still on my list.
You will not threaten me.
I will not. Do you hear me? I can't hear you. Sorry.
Okay, girl.
Hands up, don't shoot.
Okay, girl.
She really thinks like she ate that. And like you really didn't eat it. And so the fact that you didn't post the apology video, Londi must take it up a notch, the legal routes.
I think so too, because also there's video evidence of you physically assaulting her at the end of the day, and I feel like it never needs to get there. It never needed to get there. It looked like she was even hyping herself up, because Londi didn't look like she was doing anything to provoke her. You hyped yourself up, which is making me feel like you did that for a moment. You were dying for an opportunity. Ew.
My thing is, like, you were given the chance to be on Real Housewives of Durban. You could have presented yourself in any way and still gotten attention, and you chose that.
Don't embarrass yourself.
Are you happy with yourself? And my thing is, now Londi's giving you a second opportunity for you to be like, let me apologize, save face, save perhaps your jobs and things like that, and you're still not doing anything. So, yeah.
But sometimes you just get people like that who, even when people are blatantly showing you that you're wrong, it's not registering in your mind. And I feel like Mklambi, that's it for her. Or she's embarrassed, whatever the case may be. But honestly, all those things don't trump the fact that you actually physically assaulted someone. Like,
at the end of the day.
So, and that is actually coupled with the fact that you've bullied them all season for... We don't
for
even
what
know
reason?
What. We don't know what. Nibangani. The question is still standing.
It's giving you jealous of Londi because you just beefed with her out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
She apologized for that Amapigo comments.
And wasn't that deep?
It wasn't that deep.
Was it that deep?
It wasn't for me. It gave Umona, let me use this to shine on the show.
Because even after I apologized, you're like, okay, next. Because that's not that deep. Honestly, it's a dress.
It's dragging the whole season.
It was just weird. But also, Joku, let's talk about it. See, because I hated
Joking.
I'm so worried about my Queen Jo, but also I feel like she needs to now find her own friends that are not going to be sick.
Because unfortunately, her best friend was sick. Yeah. And here's the thing. I think it's fine for them to not be friends anymore. And it had to take Nonku pulling herself out of it, because the way Jojo, which we spoke about before in the past, attaches herself to Nonku, she was never going to leave that friendship. At all. Even though it's obviously unhealthy for her. Nonku had to be the one to revoke and leave in order for Jojo to see what it is, what her friend is, and what it is. And someone even posted a clip on Twitter where Wesley was like, you are Nonku's girl right now, but she's using you for what it is now. But at some point, you're also going to get replaced. And now you've been replaced by Bev. Bev Raji, has replaced you. So Slee kind of ate that. So it's like, but Jojo would have never seen that if Nonku didn't just replace her. So I think now Jojo needs to take it on the chin, heal, and learn how to not be such a friend and be independent in your friendship. Still be the loving person that she is, because she seems like a sweetheart. She does. But like, she mustn't look at it as a negative trait, because Nonku used it in a bad way, if that makes sense.
I get you. She should change herself.
I saw she was crashing out on Instagram the other day. I said, damn, friendship breakups hurt.
They're so tough. And she posted recently, I think it was yesterday or the day before, she posted like this whole long like letter to Nonku. It's just so sad. I just feel like I get where Jojo's coming from, even aside from her just being a very clingy friend, as we can see that she is. I can imagine she's completely hurt, because also hearing those things, like she's saying that our friendship is just for the show and all that stuff. That's so
the way she cried in the reunion was so valid.
There were tears sitting.
Yeah, I was like, Jojo, I feel so bad for you right now, because hearing all of this, I'm on the reunion, I'm overstimulated, I'm mourning my friend. I can see I've been replaced by Bevraj,
it's actually a lot. So I was just like, you know what, Jojo, wherever you are, Queen, wishing you all the best. Queen. Love you so much. And there will always be more love, Kesana. There'll be more friendship, there'll be more love, and you're going to find it.
You'll be fine, Queen. And then It's the last week we speak about this.
the last
The Love Island finale. It's over. We can live normal lives.
We can touch grass and stuff. Let's go out and experience
I'm so glad it's
nature.
over. I don't want to act tough. I don't want to
I
lie
am
to you.
as well, but honestly, I had, specifically that last week was the best week of Love Island.
the
I
whole
don't hold you.
season.
And why, you may ask.
Nicolandria.
Guys, we were finally not getting crumbs, we were getting bread and stuff.
Getting the full slice,
Oh,
the full
yes,
loaf.
sir.
Oh,
I was so happy.
I love them so much. They
connection
didn't win,
is
but they're my winners, and it's okay.
And we did say, like, our loving them, we didn't need them to be the
Yeah.
winners. We just need them to be in the top 3. And they ate that. Like, Nicolandria stuff did their big one. I mean,
Yeah,
Hive,
they
sorry.
did.
Did their big one. But Brian and Amaya, I love it for them as well.
Same.
And honestly, the real winner here is Amaya. Brian, it could have been anyone. Literally.
Literally, as long as you were coupled up with Amaya, you were going to win.
Literally,
so,
it could
shout
have
out
been
to
anyone.
you, bigger no
Yes.
couple.
And they're the first Latino couple to win
Yes.
Love Island. So I love that for them. Like, I
love
absolutely
that.
love it. Nicolandria,
Side notes,
love them.
Chris and Huda.
That was literally that's why I said, like, this season was so loveless to the point where this finale
There's a
didn't
breakup
actually
on the
shock-
finale.
Like, it actually didn't shock me because that's how sick this season was.
I
It didn't
break up in
make
the
any
finale.
sense.
They had the most romantic dates. Like, to me, if I could choose one of the dates, I would have chosen that one. And you guys are breaking up. That lady walks out trying to sing.
She couldn't even sing.
Oh,
To be honest, I didn't watch any dates outside of Nicolandria's. I'll be completely
I watched
honest with you.
Nicolandria's and Huda's and things.
I watched
Pepe.
Yes, I watched Huda's actually, like, but I skipped a little bit of the beginning. I watched, like,
Oh, fair,
kind of in the
fair.
middle because I was like, to be honest, guys, Aris and Pepe, all the best to you
I
guys.
think I ever even watched them when they were talking.
I was
Jen.
like, all the best to you guys. Brian and Amaya, love them so much, but like,
I never watched. Even when like they were like, "Oh, we closed it off," I was like, "Oh, 'cause
I didn't know
watch-
that. Happy for you guys though, but I didn't know
I did
that.
not watch that date, but like Huda and Chris, I'm glad you guys decided to. Well, I guess Huda decided, but like he can her to make
No,
it
but
seem like
he played the oldest
she-
trick in the book. He literally forced her to say it because he
Yep.
didn't want to see. He didn't want to be the bad guy, and it was so obvious. I don't know how Huda played into it,
And
but
Huda
you know
thought,
what?
I ate that. I'm the one who walked away.
And
Girl.
and literally, he's letting you say that. He could have been the one, but he's letting you say that you were the one.
Yep.
So he doesn't have to take the blame. And you know what?
he kind of
Did he eat that though? He's not a. Is he a bad man? He's not a good man. He's not a bad man. He's a man.
like a man, yeah.
just a
Because
man.
last week I know I said Chris is my king. He's not anymore.
Yeah, he's
It was
just-
Vezile this past week, and I was like, get out my pinch. Even like when he was like, I'm not gonna carry you.
I was like, damn, you hardcore. And
said,
I saw Nick was doing an interview with a lecturer recently, and he was talking about how, like, they were talking about their final day, and he was like, yeah, I even carried her, like, into the water, unlike some people. And I was like,
Nick has
you
so much
gotta-
personality.
he has so
Sup, puppy dog.
personality. I'm like, Olandria, all the
What
best
about
queen.
you?
Like,
That's like Zama's nightmare.
literally, guys, into the papaya, scared.
Every interview, I'm like, Nick, even for me, I'm like, yo.
And what's crazy is I see so much of myself in Olandria, so I'm like, I don't know how you
She reminds me so much of you, where she's like, this is a lot, but like, Nyamtanda. You'd be like, baby, I
Shut
guess
the
not.
fuck up.
Are we breaking up? Is Nicolandria over? I don't know.
You're going to be the reason that it is because you aren't just that mouth.
happy. Yo.
But also, I get it, to be fair. He's probably so excited. You've never experienced this level of fame in your life. And they're very
And
famous.
there's so much attention around them right now.
Yes, they have stands, like proper stands, like
They do.
people. Especially because there's so much controversy. Do they actually like each other? Do they not like each other? What do we think about Shelly and Ace and all the? Because I've realized in every single after post Island interview, everyone is asking about that moment between Huda and Ace, and was it even that deep? And
they're saying it was.
everyone was saying it's that deep. Huda just went on call her daddy and was saying that she didn't do anything.
Of course,
that
to me,
deep.
she'll never be
The
accountable.
fact that she keeps lying.
So everyone's lying except for you.
Except for her.
It definitely sounds like you're not being accountable and you're being defensive. Like,
As per. Nothing
as
new.
per usual.
Nothing's changed.
Literally, if anything, I would have been shocked if she was like, I did take it far. You know what? In retrospect, that would have been shocking.
Has she had
but
retrospect a day in her life?
no, to me.
Has she ever had that?
No. And she, even I saw an interview where she's like, I do have a therapist, and my therapist would have told me all these things the public is telling me. Change your therapist. If that's the case,
She literally said.
change your therapist. Or are you a therapy? Like,
No, she might be lying.
something, she might be
I
capping.
feel like it's cap.
I was like, this is cap. You're only saying it because we've been saying, I will go right. Because just justice for that therapist. There's no.
You about to lose your job because
You're about to lose your job.
literally, and I just feel like even everyone's reactions when it happened was like,
You could see it was, and that was their organic reaction. There's no
Exactly.
way they all were capping at the same time.
what are your thoughts on people saying that inherently Huda is just jealous of Shelly because all the men that she did wanted Shelly. That's why she has it out for Shelly in such a big way and is trying to paint her as this bully who didn't want to talk to her and was kind of isolating everyone from her in the villa after that situation happened with her and Ace and everything.
I agree.
I think
she was jealous of Shelly for sure. And the reasons may be different reasons, but at its core, she's jealous of Shelly and you could see it. And the fact that also Shelly was like the favorite even in the house. She got along with everyone, not a crash out, poised. All the boys liked her, especially in the beginning. All the niggas liked her.
She didn't have to do anything. She was herself.
Breathing, and all the niggas were like, Shelly. When bomb shots would come in, Shelly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she was definitely jealous of her. And Bantla, valid.
It reminds me of those girls who you are normally like a girl who's liked by niggas. So now when you're around other people who are also liked by men, you start...
You're like, what is this? You start crashing out.
Literally.
Your system is not used to having to compromise and give someone else the spotlight.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. So I was just like, but, I'm really excited to see the reunion because I feel like
they're going to
fry her. But a lot of people are going to fry them. Jeremiah and Nick have beef. Zach and them have beef. Everybody got beef.
Oh, this reunion
and I cannot wait.
And the fact that Andy is also going to be there as one of the hosts.
And he is messy boots.
He's so messy boots. He's going to read the right tweets, and that's what I want.
And I want them to show us all the clips. Everyone is saying things are happening behind the scenes. I would like to see
we didn't get movie nights. Please give us something.
Exactly. And we actually didn't get
movie nights, so give us more.
I'm saying the same thing. Like, they better show us the things that everyone is saying that they have receipts. We would like to see them.
Let's see them.
Okay, we would like to see them. But guys, it was an amazing run. We had fun. Love Island. See you next year.
Next summer. Okay. And I want to see love on that island next year.
We better see love. And I hope they're taking notes and are actually going to do better next year.
Lastly, did you see that picture of the production team? And I was like, this actually makes so much sense. They posted who the production team of Love Island is.
White tees. Oh, of course.
White tees. I was like, okay.
Justice for us, because of course. That makes sense.
It all makes sense. So I need Love Island also, Peacock at the back. Nishinche, add more blackies.
I agree. I feel like in anything where you're going to add a bunch of diverse people, you need to have a diverse team.
You can't have a diverse cast, but at the back, it's just white tees. It's not going to balance.
I'm also watching Love Island UK now, but even with that, like, I don't have the same energy for that I had for Love Island USA, because Love Island USA just does something to me. I don't know what it is.
I get that. Ever since last season,
it just does something to me. Anyways, guys, let's move swiftly on to our topic of the week. Today, we're going to be speaking about the things we had to unlearn in order to really love ourselves. This episode is about self-love, which I feel like we need to always come back to this, guys, because I feel like love for others is great, but do you love yourself? That's the real question.
There. The most important love in the room is with you.
It needs to start there. And obviously, like, in your journey of being a woman, there is a lot of phases you go through. We go through adolescence where we are siagoa, we're nitpicking at ourselves. We're still figuring ourselves out in our 20s, early 20s. And I feel like we're still at that phase because we're still in our 20s, to be fair. And there's still so much life to live.
There's
God willing.
Some youth in us.
God willing, there's so much life left to live. So, yeah, I first wanted to touch on, when we're coming into this, what do you feel like is the point where you kind of shifted your perceptions of yourself, and kind of where you feel like you started really getting into yourself? Because a lot of people do say, like, that's kind of what your 20s are for.
Yeah.
Learning yourself, what you like, what you don't like. When do you feel like that was your point in your 20s? And what are some of the things that you feel like you had to work on, in the sense of things that you really like weren't vibing with yourself, whatever, and then you started to kind of learn to love?
I'd say definitely 25, frontal lobe. When that frontal lobe started cooking and baking, I was like, oh, because you do a lot of introspection. You do a lot of... You also, I feel like you realize a lot more. Before, everything's very clouded and you're just going through life and da-da-da-da. And then, like, 25, it's almost like I took a pause and I was like, okay, what's happening? Who am I? What do I like? What is it? Da-da-da-da-da. And especially in a job like mine, where you have to show up as yourself, show your personality and all of that, you start to nitpick and be like, oh, I'm doing too much of this or less of this, but where does it stem from and why? So I'd say first things first was just general, like, character things of, like, it could be small examples. Like, I used to have a bad habit of talking over people a lot. So I was like, hey, you need to work on that.
And we've actually spoken about this.
Yes. Especially in the beginning of our friendship, we used to be like, okay, we talk a lot and we talk over people a lot. It's something we need to work on. Early 20s, I'm yapping, blah, 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 blah. Then when you grow older and you're having, I think also because when you grow older, you start to talk to older people more. So you're having more serious conversations where you have to let the person speak and land. We're not talking about like taboo and nostra and stuff. We're talking about real stuff. So then I started to notice, oh my God, you don't let people land. You don't let people talk. You have to introspect. And like, it also links to being okay with like noticing your flaws and not like cooking yourself about it. So before I used to be very, very defensive, but then it turned into, okay, I'm noticing this flaw and this thing that I need to fix. It's okay. Let's work on it.
Got you.
So that's an example. And then I'd say like the other thing was the older you get, also life gets serious work-wise, for example.
Yeah.
So at 25, I was like, okay, what do I want to do in this career? What do I want to move into? Do I want to go back to school? All of that stuff. Actually, all in all, let me say this. It stems from accepting that it's uncomfortable to look within yourself and point out your flaws. Because as a person who was very defensive and very guard up and I don't have flaws and to the point where even confrontation was very uncomfortable for me. Even people calling me out or having disagreements with me, I'd always be defensive or like how Huda was, where I wouldn't let people finish. I'm ready to defend myself and and it's like, whoa, sometimes someone is giving you constructive criticism and you just need to receive it and then introspect, go home and work on it. So I'd say those are the things at 25 where I was like, okay,
and I get that thing of even with the over talking thing and like speaking over people. I feel like it also comes with like how you rectify those types of things. It's also like just growing into yourself and realizing that your points and everything are so fair and so valid, but that doesn't negate the validness of the next person's point. Like, we will hear you. Your time is
coming. I literally promised you.
Yes, it's also just a thing of learning like, okay, you don't need to fight for attention all the time. Like, we will hear you when the time is right to hear you.
Yeah.
Your voice will be heard, queen. And I feel like mine are those types of things as well. Whereas it was just a thing of, I just feel like, as well. I feel like I used to need to feel like I need to fight for my voice. And in as much as I felt like I was a loud person, I felt like I needed to really identify, like, why the hell do you really feel like you are a loud person? Like, why why are you a loud person? And to really like ask yourself the hard questions about different personality traits that you have, different habits that you've picked up as you've grown up. Asking yourself, Njay, like, why is it that I move this way? Or why is it that I think this way? Or why do I behave this way? All those different things, I feel like is a big part of it.
That's so true, because also I remember like early 20s, I was this is just who I am, and this is how things are, and this is how I was raised, and it's just my personality. And then the older you get, it's like, that's not a good enough excuse. You can't behave a certain way and charge it to, this is who I am, such as Abohuta. Sometimes you are wrong. Sometimes even what you did learn growing up is wrong. Like, your parents were also just doing what they were doing, and maybe they taught you the wrong thing when it comes to that specific thing. So that there's also that transition of realizing that also your parents may have made some mistakes that you need to rectify when you get older, to say, this was lacking in my upbringing and I think I need to fix it. Or in my family, we're not very confrontational, so maybe that's why I suck with it now. But I need to train myself now to learn to be able to accept confrontation, because in relationships, romantic relationships, friendships, work relationships, you have to be able to confront people and be confronted in order for there to be productivity. Because if you can't do that, istimela smile asi phambili. If anything, see a move. So you have to identify those things. And also, sometimes you have to accept the fact that you may have missed something, and when someone says it to you, it's just God bringing it forward to you, because you on your own wouldn't have noticed it. So it's someone just shining light on maybe a flaw that you have. It's not to say that you suck or you would have never picked this up otherwise. It's just sometimes God sends people into your life to shine a light on something else. In friendships, relationships, or whatever it may be, allow people to help you out and shine a light on something. And don't be so quick to be like, why would Dama say that to me? Or she like paying too much attention to me, or why is she not minding her business? So sometimes it's not that. It's just you so closed off and so focused like this that you're not seeing the blind spots that someone else is seeing. And you need to also work on being open to that.
That's even why, like, when we do our dilemmas, why I'm so open to people actually speaking to. If you have a problem with your friend and you feel like you just want to ghost it, sometimes it's not a bad idea to just speak to them about it before you let the friendship go. Not to say that you have to continue being friends with them, just to be like, maybe this is a blind spot in your life that you haven't picked up, that there are certain things that you do that don't land well with other people. For example, those friends where it's like, I think we had a dilemma recently where the girl was like, the friend always like, if I say I've gotten something, she'll be like, oh, she hates it, or she also likes it.
Yeah.
Or I'm saying I'm dating this guy. She says she would date him or she wouldn't date him. Sweetie, do you realize that you're always doing that? And sometimes people genuinely don't realize that you're actually very much like centering yourself so much in what the next person's telling you. Everything is not about you. It has nothing to do with you. And I feel like sometimes people like, and as friends and as people, I feel like as communities, we need to hold each other accountable to be like, this is how we are gonna grow the next person. And it's not our responsibility, I guess. But I also feel like at the same time, it's kind of is our responsibility.
Is if we're gonna be like a community and like friends and a team,
exactly,
they can't be enabling in our friendships, because then we're just kissing each other's asses.
And I don't feel like the solution is just to cut everyone off without having a conversation. Listen, dude. Actually, there's this thing that you do that I don't know if you realize it, but XYP, and I think you're a good person, but you probably don't realize that this thing that you do is kind of annoying. It's off-putting to most people.
Yes.
So
I think that's also why it's important to go to therapy. I'm saying this again on the podcast at any stage of your life. And also, I do want to emphasize, you don't have to wait for something to be going wrong in your life to go to therapy. Sometimes just go, because we always have work to do as human beings. Just like a car, it could be a brand new car, but it still needs petrol, still needs oil, still needs amanzi. But it's a perfectly new car and it's fine, but it still needs those checkups every now and then, right? So even as people, even when things are going good, it's okay to check in with yourself, or even go to someone in your life that you feel like gives you good advice, so you can check in with, to be like, Chomi, get go a little bit, or like, Chomi, can I pick your brain on this? Just so you're not completely isolating yourself going through this life thing, because we're not always right and you're going to miss some things. So I truly appreciate having speaking to people so they can show me something that I would have never noticed. And a lot of the time it happens when I don't even seek it. So for example, if we go to like lunch and Zama and I are having a conversation, Zama could say something where I'm like, I need to go home and think for a little bit, when it wasn't my intention to even do any work. So it's important to have community and see your people and talk to them and see your family, whatever it may be, because we do get complacent and relaxed in ourselves that you forget to be like, oh, there's some work to be done, because in life, it's rolling.
It keeps moving, Sana, but you do need to take a time. You do need to take time every now and again, not all the time, because I also don't advocate for every day you're thinking about yourself. And
we're not robots.
Not every day, but I feel like some days have a little introspection, have a little, you know what, how am I doing? A self-check-in, touch base with yourself.
I think also, sorry, Chomi, I think I also say that because whenever I converse or meet people that don't introspect, you can see it. And it's like, it's not the greatest people to be around, because they're just so, I'm set in my ways, I'm right, blah, blah, blah. It's hard to have a conversation with them. It's hard to learn anything.
It's kind of impossible, actually.
Impossible. So even just for yourself, so that you're not impossible to other people, do that work.
Don't be impossible. So specifically on the topic of self-love, what do you think are the specific things now at the self-love phase that you feel like you're at your life right now? What are some of the things, not all of them, to be fair, some things that you feel like in your life you had to really let go of and unlearn in order to get to where you are right now in your life?
First and foremost, which I've already touched on, it was a big insecurity and red flag of mine. And again, it shines bright most in relationships, which is, I think, why I could identify with how Huda was acting a little bit, because I was kind of the same first early 20s, is being able to deal with people criticizing you. Like, I can't emphasize how much I had to work on this, guys. It's when you don't work on it, it makes life so difficult for you, because no one can talk about anything negative around you. No one can give you advice. No one, because it's like walking on eggshells around you. And even like in relationships, it got to the point where partners would feel like, I'm scared to even raise a concern because you're going to get upset, sensitive. You're going to, you're going to feel like I'm attacking you, when I just have a concern, which is normal in relationships, and I want us to work on it and get past it. But the only thing on Landy's mind is, Landy's wrong. She can never be wrong. I'm always right. Like, do you know what I mean? So I really had to unlearn that. It was a big, big, big insecurity of mine. And I think I've done a great job as it stands. I'd like to think. So that was a big one for me, number one. Then number two, another thing I had to like learn or unlearn or accept is like, how can I put it? That's you have to put yourself first in a lot of things because I'm a people pleaser and I like to put people first a lot of the time. And it's like, at what cost? At the cost of me. So I had to understand that you can put yourself first and make people happy around you at the same time. Like, one doesn't have to cancel out the other. So I was like, I had to make the decision that yes, you want people around you to be happy and fine around you. You don't want to disappoint them or upset them or say the wrong thing. But at the same time, you need to make sure that you're happy and you don't compromise yourself or you're not uncomfortable or you don't make a decision that you wouldn't necessarily make in general, but you're making it because I don't want to hurt
I just want to keep the
feelings.
peace.
That thing doesn't work. Like the older you get, it really, really doesn't work. And that was a big thing for me that I had to work on as a form of loving myself, because it is loving yourself.
It is self-love. It is.
Putting other people first is not going to help you because they're going to do what they want to do. So how about you do what you want to do?
They're doing the best for themselves. Doing the best for you.
Ooh. So if you don't do the best for you right now, you're going to fall behind. And also you're going to end up, which we spoke about before, resentful to be like, oh, now I'm resentful towards Zama because I didn't make this decision or say this. That's not Zama's problem.
Like,
you decided to please her and kiss her ass.
Doesn't know anything
about
that.
Anything. She's keeping it pushing in the love where she's putting herself first. So that's a big thing that I had to learn. So yeah, those are the two I can think of right now.
For me, I'd say my big one for me is just like attaching my happiness and like my state of mind to like achievements. And I feel like that's a big one that I learned when I was growing up because everything was very like, good grades, what are you doing? Which university are you going to get into? What did you get into gold? Like everything was so achievements based. I feel like it's an environment that was cultivated by my educational background. My mom also expected a lot of us at home. So there was a lot of expectation. So a lot of my worth was tied to how well are you doing? Like how many achievements are you getting? What do you have to show for the hard work that you put in? And I feel like life will always show you can be a very hard worker and sometimes not get recognized for the hard work that you do and not get a pat on the back, not get any award. You just did it and good and well. And you just have to deal with the fact that you can't now tie your self-worth to what other people see of you. Your self-worth needs to be tied in other things. It can be in how hard you work, but it doesn't have to be necessarily in an achievement. You can just feel like, you know what, I'm hardworking. That's what I know about myself. That's what I'm confident in. So whether I get the achievement or not, I know that I put my best foot forward. I did my best, and that's all that matters. So I feel like that is a huge one for me because it is really hard to unlearn that. Specifically after, I feel like it really got to me after school because I feel like when I was done with my degree, I was like, okay, now what am I going to use to measure my success? Or what am I going to use as my like markers outside of grades and achievements and awards at school in terms of an academic space? Like, what am I going to use now to quantify? Am I doing well or am I not doing well? It's also just to realize that, girl, it's not every day quantify. Some days, like, it's okay to just be like, you're working hard, you're doing what you need to do. That can be enough for you sometimes. Obviously, it's great to receive accolades and awards from others. Just be like, oh my word, you're actually doing amazing. But also be able to be like, you know what? I did that.
Surrounded around that.
Yeah, and I don't need other people to tell me that I did that.
That's a really good one.
Do that. My other one I would say is body shame. We've had the conversation about like body insecurities and stuff like that. I feel like, again, like as I said in that episode, I was just too overly like hyper focused on my body, which I just feel like even before like surgery and everything else, I feel like I got to such a good place with myself where I was just like, you know what, whatever stage I am in with my body, like I'm happy with myself, I'm happy, I'm healthy. What more can I actually ask? Like, what
body tea, please.
But besides for body being tea, it's like gaining weight isn't that deep, losing weight isn't that deep. Like, it can't be what runs your life. Obviously,
literal mental state.
Yeah, like obviously, as people, we want to be healthy. You know, move your body, eat well, whatever the case is. But if you're doing that, like, don't overthink and like make it the basis of your life. Because I feel like for majority of my life, it just took up so much real estate in my mind. So I'm so glad that I've just now at the state where I'm just happy with myself. Whether I feel like I need to go to the gym and get a little bit more muscle, whether I feel like I want to lose a couple of kgs, it's not taking over my life.
Over your life.
Like I'm just very content. You're so worried about what size am I wearing. I'm wearing whatever size fits me, child. Like literally,
whatever's
I'm
there,
at that
that's
stage.
what I'm wearing at that time.
I'm at that stage where I'm literally just like, whatever I am is what I am, and I love myself. God is so great and has given me a body that works, a mind that works, eyes that work.
A body that works. And I spoke about this on my channel, where guys, we need to just be grateful that our bodies are moving, and you need to actually treat it with care in terms of like what we eat and all that stuff, because that's really what matters.
That is what matters.
Because when we're 85, it's going to be about what you put inside your body.
Exactly. And we got to wake up in the morning. Other people didn't get that opportunity. Like people don't have the opportunity that we have right now. So just don't overthink, don't sweat the small stuff, because in retrospect, those things are the small stuff, really and truly. Like we just need to be happy and grateful, and just, I feel like a huge part of also just unlearning is just always having a mindset of complaining and focusing on the things that are not going right, as opposed to being grateful for everything that's going right. Because honestly, when you sit back and look at it, so much is going right. In and amongst whatever you might be going through in your life. Obviously, yes, like there's seasons where things are extra hard, and that is so fair, and I understand that. But honestly, I feel like most of us in our lives, if you can look at what you have in your life, for the most part, things are going good. Like you're fine, you're actually okay. So I feel like
it's such a nice feeling also when you stop and you smell the flowers, to be like, oh my God, I've done this. That little 5-minute moment really eats, where you're like, oh my God, I've actually done a really good job. It's sort of sinking yourself in the moments of like, this is what I've not done. And I know it's almost like how in the social media space, you could have 100 positive comments, but you see that one negative, it'll stick out and it'll be on my mind the whole day. But it's like, there's so much more to be grateful for.
100%.
So I don't know what it is in the human mind. The negative is always the one that overrides the positive in the mind. But like, again, you need to consciously sometimes stop and smell the coffee. Go shumpura. Stop and smell the coffee and drink it.
And literally, and yes, son, I tell you that. Like that coffee is scrumptious. But more than anything else, like gratitude just makes you appreciate every single thing that's happening in your life. And I feel like it also helps in those moments when you are down and out and you're experiencing bad seasons. You're still able to cope through it, because you still know that in and amongst all of this, I am still blessed, and I am still on this earth, and I'm still breathing. I still get an opportunity to change whatever situation I'm in. I still have tomorrow.
And that's another thing actually on that point, is that at the end of the day, it's a choice. Like a lot of the things, obviously there's things like unemployment because there's no jobs and etc. I get that. But there's certain things like procrastination, right? It's a choice that you make to be like, you know what, if I want to get to this goal faster, if I wake up right now and I start doing that thing today, it'll take me one step closer to where I want to be. And sometimes I look at like certain content creators like Kayla Kim K, for example. She does Afro Curl. She recently moved to Joburg. She bought a house, whatever. And I'm like, do you know the reason is because she woke up one day and said, I'm going to do Afro Curl. And she stuck to it. She committed to it. She got the equipment she wanted, all that stuff. Today, she's so successful. Some people are only seeing the finished product and they're probably like, how the hell did you get there? You make that choice to be like, for me to get to this point, I also need to make certain changes in my life. It could be even lifestyle changes. Some people stop drinking because they feel like it makes them less productive because you hung over on a Monday, or you're drinking on Tuesday when you shouldn't be. Those lifestyle changes, those are the choices you need to make as well to get to your point. I'm sidetracking, but yeah.
No, but I hear you. It's so fair. I was going to say also, just to wrap this up, what do you feel like is the hardest part of the unlearning process? Because obviously, like when you're growing up and as a person, you're conditioned to feeling and to acting a certain way. Because Jade, like
that's what you're used to.
So what do you feel like is the hardest part of actually making change in your life? Because it's really not easy. Like us speaking about it and being like, ooh, these are the things we change is so well and good, but no one speaks about the hard work that you have to do to really rewire your mind into, really letting go of what isn't serving you and the things that are actually your bad habits and your bad traits, and really leaning into the things that are actually going to grow you, the person, and help you become the woman that you want to
be. Yeah. I feel like the hardest part is the fact that it's so uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable. One, from the point of identifying the problem or the issue or the thing you want to work on, that in itself can be uncomfortable, especially because it could either come from internal, something you've said to yourself, or someone else pointing it out when you didn't expect it. awkward. I don't want to have this conversation, right? So it's that to the process itself of like, sometimes, especially as human beings, yes, I can identify it, but I want to work on it in like 6 weeks or like 4 months. But now it's maybe taking longer than you. Maybe a year from now, I'm like, I still kind of suck at this thing. That's very humbling because it can feel like, am I putting in any work? Have I done anything? But it's like, you have, but it's just maybe taking longer than you would ideally like it to be. That's also uncomfortable. Sitting, it's almost like the waiting season, like sitting in the working on it process is really hard. It's almost like, sorry to bring it up to romantic relationships again. It's almost like when you go through a breakup, you'd like to be over it in like 3 months, 6 months. Sometimes it's literally
it ain't
365 days, and inhliziyo isabhlungu, still in knife through the heart, right? And you may have done, maybe you 70% that you've done the certain work of like, certain things don't trigger you anymore, or when you see his face, you don't care, whatever. But maybe there's other things where you're like,
I miss him so much.
I miss him so on a random Tuesday. You're like, hey, some kumboli. But like, I don't want to get back with him either. Do you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean all the work you have put in goes out the window. It just means you're still working on it. That is uncomfortable because I want to be over it today, but I'm not. And that's okay. So I think those are the hard parts of like, it's just taking so long. Can I get there? Yeah. Are we there yet? So yeah, those are the ones I can think.
I definitely agree with everything you said. I also feel like, even just to go with what you said, I feel like another really hard part just in general is the having to face yourself and to actually have that conversation with yourself to be like, girl, we really need to work on
it
like,
down right now.
Yeah, like we actually suck in this department and it's actually time for us to do something about it, because I feel like that is the hardest part of it all, is the really facing yourself. I feel like that's why a lot of people don't tend to work on themselves, because they actually don't want
to. It's easier not to work on yourself.
It's so easy to not have hard conversations with yourself and to just be defensive when people try to point things out to you, and to just reject everything and anything that is going to build you to becoming a better person. Because really and truly, you becoming a better person of who you are right now is going to take a lot of change and a lot of work, because obviously there needs to be a complete switch for you to be someone you've never been before, actually.
And also, nothing worthwhile or that is good quality can be worked on overnight.
100%.
If you want something to be good quality, shiny, gold stuff, it's going to have to take a long time for you to get the results that you want with anything in life. Yeah. And it goes the same with ourselves as people. The longer you take to work on something, the more beautiful the final products will be. And also, the wisdom starts from putting in the work and identifying the problems. Yeah,
for sure. And I also think, going back to what Lanzi was saying, it's also really important to give yourself grace throughout those periods, because as we said, like, it's not, a lot of these things are not things that can be worked on overnight, specifically if it's something that is stemming from childhood traumas or anything that's happened in your fundamental years of your life. Because they always say, like, your first couple of years of your life are essentially going to shape you and mold you and also direct the experiences that you're going to have in your life. So unlearning things that happened to you when you were much younger and like earlier on in your life is going to take long, because obviously your mind is kind of having to rewire and to learn habits and to figure out ways like to cope in different situations, all those things. So as long as it takes for you to learn those things, it's going to be as long as it takes for you to unlearn them. So it's really important to give yourself grace as well, and just to remember that, you know what, Rome wasn't built in a day, and at the same time, life is long, God willing. So there is time. Like, there's no rush to get things done tomorrow. That doesn't mean that you need to now procrastinate working on yourself because life's long. No, you still need to put in
the sooner the better.
The sooner the better. You still want to put in the steps to become whoever it is that you want to be, but don't expect things to happen overnight. It's not going to happen tomorrow.
Another thing I want to say is, we love the word grace on this podcast, but give yourself grace also when you relapse, because you also, again, like what you were saying, you used to a certain behavior and the way that you used to do things because of how you grew up. So switching over and unlearning is you shocking the system. Yeah. So if you do get moments where you relapse and you do like an old habit or like you react a certain way, give yourself grace. You're also figuring it out. You're not going to, it's not linear. It's not, okay, I'm working on this and then we're going to get to this stage. No, sometimes you're going to do this and then have to pick yourself back up and rework it, or also identify, why did this trigger me again? Why did I react this way again? We have to go back and do that work. It's not going to be linear. You have to accept that sometimes you're going to be like, I'm behaving the way that I wouldn't ideally want to behave, but it's okay. I've identified. Keep it pushing. So
I'll do better next time.
Relapse.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, as we said, I feel like in our first or second episode, love is kind of a journey. It's not that you're going to get there one day and be like, I
love myself now.
Because we're constantly changing as humans. The ways we love ourselves and like the versions that we're going to be, it's going to take a lot of learning and unlearning and relearning and all those things. So it's really important also to give yourself grace in that aspect, realizing that self-love is going to change because you as a person are going to change. So you loving yourself is going to look different in different seasons of your life. So also realize that this is not a destination. It's a constant thing that you need to keep working on. And yeah, if it means that you're going to need to keep relearning things about yourself and unlearning, that's what I mean to say, unlearning things about yourself in different seasons, then that's what it's going to have to take. Because unfortunately, as long as we're on this earth, so
literally, guys, keep learning. Living is working. You're in all ways, money, working emotionally,
physically, and stuff.
You're gonna work on life.
No,
literally.
You only stop muscle pale. So that is it. Let's move right on to our dilemmas topic. Please do let us know what you guys think about the topic as well in the comments. We'd love to engage.
Let us know what you've learned, unlearned, advise us. Tips and tricks.
Exactly. Please do not be scared to give us tips and tricks.
We're all doing life for the first time.
Literally. But anyways, guys, we're going to get into our dilemmas for the week. This is where we answer your guys' questions. Please, guys, feel free to DM us your guys' dilemmas. It doesn't have to be only when I put that questions thing. And a lot of you guys have been doing that anyway, which I absolutely love. Feel free to DM us whenever you have a burning dilemma. Just send that DM, Gasana. We will get to it as soon as possible. Anyways, we'll get to the first one. It says, hi, ladies, love you down. I, however, need your help with something. I have a friend at work whom I share an office with. It has been brought to my attention that she's part of a rumor that was spread about me around the workplace. Now, I don't care about the rumor at all because it's just outrageous and diabolical. People can be creative out here. What I do care about, though, is that friend, I shared a lot with her, not just in office. We share lunches sometimes. Yonke into nje wethu. So I need your help in whether should I confront her about it and give her a chance to lie to me about it, or just cut her off and let her be. Because I do want to know why she'd do something like this, but in the same breath, I want to just let her be because please send help.
So she's asking if she should confront her and say, you've been talking about me, bitch. Like, bam.
Yes. And she already knows or feels like she's going to lie. So what is even the point of that?
I think leave it then.
I think
especially if you're working in the same office. What if it fucks up the dynamic?
The thing is, the dynamic is already effed up because they're in the same office and she already knows that the friend was in and on the room. That's the problem. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, I think you should just say it. Even if she lies, then she lies. You're already expecting it.
Yeah, true.
Like, it's not like
she knows that you know.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying she needs to say it. Because the point is, you need to be like, I see you. Just know that I see you. So we can kiki and laugh together, but just know that everything and how I moved with you before is going to have to change because why are you involved in something involving me? Considering that you and I are cool. Like, we have lunch together. We chill together. Like, why the hell is my name in your mouth? Like, I'd expect it to be everyone else. Because one thing about a workplace is your name will be in people's mouths. That's normal. But for it to be in that specific person, I think is what's jarring to her.
Yeah, I agree then. Then you should tell her because she needs to know what's going to because I know what you're up to.
I can see
and if you charge her that shit again, it will reach me. So
yes.
I just feel like it's going to be awkward on those lunches moving forward, but whatever. She made that choice when she opened her mouth, though.
100%. And not to say that you're going to do anything about it necessarily. You guys had work together anyways. But just to be like, girl, we see each other.
Especially if they only work friends, then it's okay to say it. You're not friends outside of the workplace. Exactly. So it's actually fun. Tell her.
Yeah, and in case she ever wants you guys to be friends outside of work, she knows now that
she knows, the possibility is closed.
Because when I get you talk behind my back. So please, Betuna, just know that it starts and it ends at this office. Kesan. At this office place. Okay, let's get into the next one. It says, hi, Bwisties. I have a dilemma. I recently started a corporate job and I've met wonderful people. A male colleague that I worked with very closely resigned and I expressed this to my man in inverted commas, and
my man is in inverted commas.
And he got mad, saying, "Is he supposed to be happy that I'm sad over another man leaving?" He then proceeded to not speak to me for over a week. Now I blocked him. Was I wrong? He also told me about having a female bestie, but I never felt uncomfortable because I trusted him. But he's touched when I speak about males. It's never in a romantic sense, too. Oh, if it isn't that man that you compromise your preferences for, Dove. I should have known to never take an ex back. What should I do?
So she's asking if she should
She's asking if she was wrong, essentially. I suspect.
Oh.
Listen, child.
It's very tricky because, I mean, I get him in the sense that why are you coming from work talking about Ndoda 17? But because you have a...
To me, is it that deep?
But because you have a female bestie, how deep is it?
But also, Dove, like, you told me, yeah, get me. Like,
true, and if she's saying it's not in a romantic sense, how deep is it?
yes, but also would you also be guided? You don't want to go there and like be crying and stuff. But
That's
to say
like maybe we also need to understand the context of how sad were you, because should we think about it? If your man came back from work and he was like, "Yo, Lanzi quit today," like, oh, I'm just like,
you're gonna give me
so
the
sad
egg,
about-
like in 5
Why the
seconds.
hell are you sad about it?
Don't ever piss me
You
off.
can
like
be
that,
like,
yeah.
oh damn, I enjoyed the office dynamic when she was around, like cool. But like when you make
Yeah,
it
like-
like distraught,
That's what I was gonna say. It depends on how you also brought it to
Yes.
attention. Like, are you there like weeping and like, oh my gosh, like work's never gonna be this? Whoa, it's
Huh?
gonna give like that
work
work husband.
Exactly. Now I'm gonna think fun and say, damn, he was so much fun.
And we guys eating your lunch together. You guys had your packed lunch.
And they're sharing that lunch. So if it depends, I guess, on how she brought it to him.
Yeah.
It's my answers depended on that. But if you were just like, it sucks that he's gone, and like I enjoyed him in the office, it's really not that deep because I mean, Bandla, I would totally. But if you brought it on some, I'm actually so sad and distraught.
Also, justice for him.
Justice for your man in that sense.
Because
I hate that you're making me sad with him a little bit.
yes,
But I think you need to give us a follow-up to say, how did you say it to him? Because if you were just
let me see. What is the tone saying? Like, what is she actually
what was
saying?
the
here?
tone? Because if the tone is, damn.
She just said, I've met wonderful people, a male colleague that I work very closely, and she worked closely with him, so I think it's fair.
Okay, so maybe it's because they worked closely. In that
Yeah.
sense, he needs to kettle.
Brutal.
It's not that deep. I just worked with him. We had a good work relationship. Of course, if he leaves and now it's going to be a new colleague, I'm thrown off. I have to get to know someone new. Maybe she meant it from that sense.
Exactly. And
Then
that's,
sense-
I trust you to mean it in that sense.
Yeah,
I'm
let
on
me
your
be
side.
for the girls. Sorry.
I'm on your side, Queen. You said
Because I'm about neutral.
dynamic. Yeah, Benzini is going to be thrown off, so I'm going to miss him low.
Yeah, which is fair. If that's the case, then he needs to calm down.
Yeah, he needs to come down. And also, he has a female bestie. So, unfortunately,
Which
the
you-
legs to stand on are
You
finishing.
accepted that male bestie, so he must also accept the fact that
Exactly.
you have a person you work with that's male. Come down.
And he's out of my life now. That female bestie is still in your life. So, let's be guided.
Oh, let's wake that up.
Let's wake it up.
Yeah, no, that I won't lie. I think both stand, but still follow up though for me. Moving on to musings. This is where we tell you guys what we're listening to and tell you guys what the boosties are listening to. We have a playlist on Spotify as well as Apple Podcasts. What are you listening to? ZX.
Do you want to go first, Queen? I think you can.
I actually don't.
I think you can
I'm
go first. Because one thing about me is when in fact inazo on the
Because that is what you've been listening to.
That's what I've been listening to.
Because you've been getting fish from Durban. Guess I'll go first. Man, Bandla, it's a plug day today. I've been listening to. So I discovered this EP beginning of the year, but now it's back on my radar because I had to give K1 a break because it was getting sick.
You had to.
It was actually getting a
You
little
actually
bit sick.
had to.
So he's a South African artist. His name is Jay Jody. He used to be part of that group Benchmark, which is signed to Ambitious those days. He's solo though now. Jay Jody, I don't know if it's an album or an EP, but it's called Shine O'Clock. Super, super nice. If you're into SA hip hop, it's very refreshing because I feel like it's a hip hop these days. So
And it is
he's
taking.
super refreshing.
No matter what they say, it is
No,
taking.
it is taking. Sorry. I'm sorry to tell you guys. My favorite is called My Destiny. And then the other one is called Soul Ties, which he dedicated to his wife, period. It's such
Nick and Alandri, I guess.
love song. Nicolandre.
Nicolandri.
It's such a cute little local love song, hip hop way. So yeah, that's what I'm listening to.
Cutie. So I actually do have a new song that I've been listening to, Justice for Me. The new song is Color of You. It's Artwork Sounds, Coco SA, Kabomo, Notende. There's a lot of people on the song, child. And even there's even more. Okay, by the way. You know who Kabomo is?
Yes, I do.
What type of music does Kabomo make in general?
He makes very soul R&B type music. I don't know if he makes music anymore, but back in the day, he made a lot of music.
I think this is an old song,
Is that the
to be fair.
in a picture with every
No.
Is it not that song?
I don't think so.
Okay. Because I thought you said Kabomo and Notende, Color of You.
I did. Color of You. Is it that one?
It sounds like that's the song I know.
This is a remix. And I'm like, that sounds familiar.
I'm singing the original.
Okay.
This one's the remix.
Yes.
Remix.
Yeah, it's Skune remix.
Period.
So it's
I'm going to like it then, obviously.
It's really good. I found it when I was in my Coco SA. I was listening to that album, Healing. Guys, that album is...
to love that. Guys, we still...
That album was our
That album 2023.
Tonight, Kesana. He said this is healing and we were healed.
We were... Even his Grievous Cartel mix.
We were addicted to that.
We were Coco. Just know we paid your bills that year.
Literally, Coco, literally, we were your biggest. Do you know that? Well, we still are.
We still are. But like that year, because we just discovered him also.
Yes.
Oh, he makes brilliant music. So
yeah. So I found him after listening to that album, and I was like, period, king.
Okay, if it's a remix of the song that I really love, then it is.
But yeah, guys, that is us. We have come to that terrible time. That terrible minute, that terrible hour, that terrible moment where we have to end the podcast. But we did have fun with you guys as per usual. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much also for 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. Period, guys. You really ate that. And I knew you would. Just a little motivation.
The loyal.
Did that, period. So thank you so much to you guys for that. Please don't forget to also, if you guys are listening to us on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify, to follow us and to rate our podcast so that our podcast can reach more Bwisties. Like, we need to let more people into the Scrumptious family. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. And of course, just like usual, we will see you guys in the next episode.
Next week.
Bye.